The new normal may be starvation. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I know that sounds a little out there, but a little fear-based. But it's prepping out of peace of mind, not out of fear. We prep so we don't have to worry about starvation, right? As well as other things. We have to take a look and be aware of the reality of things. It's not a negative point of view to talk about reality, what is actually going on. There are a lot of negative type things going on in our world today. I tend on the negative side of things. I try hard to look at the positive in as many things as I possibly can. And of that note, actually, let me tell you a little story quickly. That was the hardware store yesterday. I got some organic slug bait, really good. Put that around the garden so slugs stop eating my production. I want to eat my food, not the slugs. I want to eat the food, not that I would eat the slugs anyway. Anyway, and we're getting some other things. Maintenance type things. That's one note. Keep up on things, because when SHTF happens, you don't want to be worrying about the little things. So I got all new internals for one of our toilets, and a toilet seat and double wax seals. Always use double wax seals. Trust me, plumbers do it, smart ones do. But anyway, yeah, so that one will be, except for the porcelain portion, it'll be all brand new toilet. So keeping up on maintenance is very important. You don't want stuff in a low state of readiness when SHTF happens, because then if it breaks, then you're SOL. So make sure you're keeping up on things. But the story is, so there's this this lady, older than me, I don't know how old, but lady came in and she was holding a hatchet, or no, she was holding an axe, and she was asking about sharpening. Her primary hand, her strong hand, was like in this, not a cast, but in like this cast type thing, all braced up and stuff like that. And then her husband came in walking on a cane. He had, his right arm was about 3/4 the length of a normal arm. So he had an appendage there, but it wasn't functional, a birth defect or whatever happened. And then his offhand, he only had one hand. So they couldn't sharpen their axes. The hardware store, weird. Hardware store in a small town doesn't sharpen axes. Like, you got a grinding wheel, it takes like a minute, literally. Well, and then I heard them talking. They didn't know where to get their axes sharpened. I'm like, shoot, I told the cashier, because I was right at the cashier, I was like, shoot, it takes like a file in like 10 minutes to sharpen an axe. And that got me thinking, you know what? I need to go buy a file and sharpen these people's axes in the parking lot. They had an axe and a hatchet. He had a hatchet in his hand. So I did. I followed him out and I said, hey, they were on the parking lot going to their vehicle. They're parked right next to me. And I said, hey, if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to go back in, buy some files, come out here and sharpen your axes right here in the parking lot. And they're like, oh my gosh, blew them away. I'm not trying to get credit. I'm not about credit. Don't care about credit. It's about being human. It's about taking care of others and loving others. So I went back in, got some files, came out, sharpened them right there in the parking lot for them. Turned out really nice, actually. Took a little while, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. But hey, it's worth it to share the love and to help others. They didn't have the capability to do it. They wanted to go camping. So hopefully that will encourage them to share the love with somebody else. Anyway, I just want to tell you a story. It's important for us, especially, hey, what if during that conversation, just during there, or the chat and stuff like that, what if it had turned into like increased prices or something like that? Maybe an opportunity would have presented itself where I could have talked about preparedness and planted that seed in another person's mind to get more prepared. Oh, here we go. We got a Black Hawk. Sounds like a Black Hawk coming over. Should be coming pretty much right over us almost. We're not that far from JBLM, which is Joint Base Lewis and Cord, so we get a lot of them. Actually, it's going to go by over here. Just a sec, let me see what it is. Oh, no, never mind. I say it did sound off. It didn't sound like a Black Hawk. That was a Coast Guard. We got Puget Sound all around us, Coast Guard running up and down all the time. That was one of those Coast Guard Skorskis, I think. Anyway, yeah, had that opportunity turned into prepping. Like I said, maybe I could have planted the seed. Maybe I could have got another person into preparedness. It didn't, and I didn't push the issue or anything like that. But getting out and doing things like that to help others is a good thing. Because this coming food crisis, this looming food crisis that we're coming into, the global famine, etc., is going to be serious. A lot of people are going to suffer. And a lot of people are going to be scared, doubting their ability to feed their families. So there will be more threats out there. There will be more threats to you, to me, to everybody. The more rural you live, probably the less threats, because rural people tend to be a little more self-sustaining anyway. They tend to have, chickens or gardens or something like that. So they're a little less affected typically than people in the city. That's not always to say. Some people live rural and don't do anything, but have a fancy lawn and a bunch of ornamental stuff that's useless. Grow food, not lawns. I used to laugh when I saw that bumper sticker, and I used to think, oh, it's just a bunch of, environmentalist BS. Well, no, it's not. It's true. Same with organic farming. Yeah. Support your local farmer. Same thing. Yeah. Save the spotted owl, not so much. Anyway, grow food where you can. I encourage you guys. This is one way you can help mitigate the effect, lessen the effect of a food crisis, of increased food prices, of shortages, of all these things. I got a bunch of turnips. Turnips go crazy here. I got to go through my dehydrator plug melted. So I got a new plug, male plug for it. I'm going to wire that up. And I know there may be an underlying cause. I got to keep a close eye on it. It may have just been a fluke. Don't know. But I'll keep a close eye on it for safety's sake. But I need to get the dehydrator back up and going. I got that. I got to fix that today. So I'm going to harvest a ton of these turnip greens and turn them into that nutrient powder I talked about in previous videos. I can show you guys that. It's a great idea. But first, I have a question from Little Bit AP.
I found where the ants come from in my sand pit.
Oh, you found? Oh, we got to take care of that so they don't kill our garden.
You have to.
She found where the ants came from that go over into her sand pit. That's soon going to be an actual sandbox once Daddy gets it all nice and fixed up for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to build a cover for it and everything like that also so cats don't go in there and poop, stuff like that. And keep all the leaves and stuff, fir needles from falling down into it. It'll be awesome, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Love you, baby. Go play. Harvesting those is a priority for today, as well as a lot of the dock that's growing around here. Trim a bunch of the leaves, as well as the dandelion and other things. And hey, I remembered it this time. I didn't have to ask a little bit for help for dandelion. I remembered it. I don't know what it is about dandelion. I always just brain fart that the name of it. But anyway, grow what you can where you can. Raise any animals you possibly can. It's going to be important. It's going to pay dividends here in the coming future. And like I said, look for those opportunities to interact with others, but also interface with your neighbors, talk to your neighbors, build tribes so that maybe they have a garden, maybe they have animals, maybe you can't, or something like that. Yes, baby girl.
I found a slug shell over there.
A snail?
A snail.
Okay. All right. I love you so much. Because you may not have to raise animals and or grow. Maybe you can do one or the other and somebody else in your neighborhood can do the opposite. I have a big garden, as you see. We do not have animals yet, but there's quite a few native animals in this area that I understand is not sustainable long term. I get it. But a fellow tribe member in our homesteading prepper type group has a lot of animals. And he has a small garden also, but they have cows, they have pheasants, they have turkeys, they have ducks, they have chickens. What? Dogs, yeah, but we don't eat dogs. Yeah, so They are really set up really well. And actually look forward to soon. I need to talk with him, make sure it's okay with him. But I may do some filming on their homestead, keeping in mind OPSEC, not showing location, house, stuff like that. But yeah, I might show you their setup, kind of how they do things. It's a nice setup. And it's a good example of interfacing with tribe members for covering different bases. You know, you can't do everything alone, right? You can't know everything. You can't do everything. I can't know everything and do everything also. So it's important. Yes, kill it. It's a roly-poly. It eats our veggies. I can't do everything also. So I can't have the massive garden and all the animals. First off, I don't have the room for it. Second off, I only have so many hours in every day, right? And I'm retired. I mean, this is what I do. I do YouTube. I do Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, links in the description below. Hundreds and hundreds of videos, exclusive content, awesome stuff. Check it out. Check us out there. $1 a month. If you want to be one of the cool kids, join us on Patreon. Not that you're already cool. I mean, you're cool here. If you want to be cool here, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. That little heart with a thanks in it, if you feel like donating to the channel to help us out, do things around here and acquire more things to do videos about, go for it. I would be honored. Share the videos, comment below, all the good things. Thumbs up, if I didn't already say that. Yes, so there's my little shameless plug. Anyway, moving on. We can only do what we can. And this is what I do full time. That's why my raised beds, a lot of people, I see other people's raised beds and they say, or their garden areas, and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I need to weed mine, and I let mine go, and it's just covered full of weeds. I see that. I'm driving around, I see raised beds full of weeds. Mine don't have weeds, right? Well, they do sometimes, but I keep up on it. But that's where I put my time and effort. Weeding the garden, taking care of the garden, playing with my kids, putting out content for you guys and Patreon, and working on the website. That will be coming soon, asymmetricalpreparedness.com. So pretty soon I'll be saying, I'm Michael from asymmetricalpreparedness.com. That will be cool, working on some stuff there. May get into offering some good quality tactical stuff there on a storefront, as well as trying to put in good content there to make it worthwhile going to his website, not just selling stuff, because I'm not just about selling stuff. If I can help support my family more effectively and help you guys and share the knowledge, then that's the best of both worlds for me, because we both win. It's a win-win situation. But anyway, grow food, raise animals, interface with others, build tribe. We won't be able to get through this by ourselves. We will need help. And I don't want to go to the government for help, because they're not going to help. Just like yesterday's video. If the government doesn't want you to have them, you probably should. Same thing. The government doesn't want you to have chickens, you probably should. Government doesn't want you to have a garden, you probably should. Government doesn't want you to have defensive tools, you probably should. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, it's all a personal thing. Anyway, I encourage you guys to be ready. Get that food stockpiled. Get that water set up. Get it stockpiled. Get your gardens in. If you haven't already, it's not too late. This is going to be an extremely hot summer. We're going to be able to plant and grow a lot of food this summer. If it's as hot as I from what I hear it's going to be, I will probably be able to get multiple plantings of different things in, like kale and spinach and stuff. My spinach is already starting to bolt because it was coming up and then it started getting warmer. So I'm trying to keep it from bolting, but I'm going to harvest this, probably just pull it out and plant some more. So keep it up. Turnips grow awesome here. I can go greens. They're already growing pretty decent turnips under there. So stay on top of things. Intensive gardening, small space. You can plant a lot of stuff. Just learn about it, though. I'm not the master of it. I'm learning as I go. I'm learning a lot as a gardener every day. So I just want to empower you guys. I want to uplift you and encourage you guys to be prepared, so you're not one of those people scared and having the concerns of how are you going to provide for your family. I want you to know that you're good. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.